Alright, so along with this year's Winterfest and Spiral Knights, we got a new prestige mission that gave us the opportunity to get 5 new weapon reskins. Now I chose to get the bomb reskin of the Venom Veiler, which is titled the Humbug Hazer, and as you can see on the outside, this bomb looks like a standard Christmas present with a green bow tie and a red box. So basically your standard Christmas colors in a little nice box. Now, the Humbug Hazer isn't really interesting on the outside, it's about what's inside. So as you can see, when it charges up, a little Humbug hat pops out right before it breaks. Now that was a little hard to see, so I went ahead and rewinded it, and as you can see, the head pops off the top of the gift and then it bounces around a little bit. And it does that before it shoots out the poison status. So pretty interesting. Now before we get too far into the video, let's take a closer look at some of the Humbug Hazer's stats and features. So first off, it's important to know that the Humbug Hazer's initial blast is going to be dealing elemental damage. The bomb also has a good chance of inflicting your enemies with a minor poison status, and it's always important to keep in mind that this is an event-specific weapon, so if you're planning on getting it, you'll only be able to pick up the materials needed for it during the Winterfest event. So just a little something to keep in mind. Now, the Humbug Hazer's initial blast damage is going to be most effective when used against the Construct and the Undead families. Now, a little thing to keep in mind is my Humbug Hazer is only heated up to level 4 because of the current Radiant shortage. Thankfully, I do have a level 10 Venom Veiler, which we know is the standard version of the Humbug, and we'll get a clear damage read of what it would have done. Now, that 173 isn't really that great either. But the thing is, you're not getting this bomb for that initial blast damage. What you're getting it for is to be able to spread the poison status around and to be able to reap the benefits of having poisoned monsters. So, while this Lumbar was poisoned, he dealt 7 damage to our character. Now when he's not poisoned, he dealt 10 damage to our character. So there is definitely quite a bit of a difference there. Now, the poison status just doesn't affect the offensive power, it also affects a monster's defensive power. And as you can see here, without being poisoned, we dealt 437 damage to that Quicksilver. So let's go ahead and take out our Humbug Hazer and see if this bomb's poison can actually make a noticeable difference in our damage. So we'll go ahead and take another quick swipe, and we got 482. Now compared to that 437, you can see there is quite a bit of a difference. And if you were to use a charge attack through a group of enemies that had all been poisoned with this bomb, it would be quite the game changer. Now the poison status also makes healing impossible for monsters. It actually completely reverses the effect. As you can see right here, when this Mender cast that healing circle around that poisoned gremlin, he actually died instead of getting healed. So that is extremely helpful. Now if you are interested in getting the Humbug Hazer, its crafting path is a little bit different than the standard Venom Veilers is. Now because this is an event specific weapon, its crafting is time sensitive as well as a bit grindy. So you'll need to come over and play the Grenchland Assault Prestige mission quite a bit. Now, when you beat the mission at varying points, you'll get the prize rooms, and in the prize rooms you can gather materials that will be needed later on to craft the weapon. Now, once you have all of your materials, you'll want to head over to the east corner of the arcade and access this special Alchemy Machine. Now, as you can see, it has some pre-installed recipes, one of which is the Humbug Hazer. And as you can see, I have all the mats. You'll also need a level 10 Toxic Atomizer for the Humbug Hazer. And then you can go ahead and transmute. So, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you all have a great Christmas, and I'll see you in Spiral Knights.